A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
Woo! Welcome to Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus. And man, this episode is gonna be a thriller. Yeah, it is gonna be super dangerous. Ooh, yeah, folks. There's so much that's happened and gone down over the last few weeks to now that I'm going to cover. There's a lot that's caught my eye. There's two things in particular that has me extremely excited, folks. As you can see, I got my main man, Michael Jackson, out front doing his thing. We're gonna talk toys, all right? But I just want to share my excitement for the film because I'm if you didn't know, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. And to see his story realized on the big screen with his nephew portraying his uncle is just so special. So I just wanted to kind of share my quick thoughts on that. But folks, we got a lot to cover. This episode is going to be a thriller. You will remember the time. I am a smooth criminal. No, all right. By now, you just want to tell me to beat it, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you want to tell me to beat it. But, all right, so let's get to it, folks. The first bit of news is hands down one of, if not the biggest pieces of news that I'm going to cover today. And it involves something that is near and dear to my heart, folks, and that is Knight Rider. Before I started really collecting like I've been over the last 5 years, I was a casual collector. And even then, man, I was like, I want this. I need this. And now even more so, folks. So Ramen Toys has officially revealed a 1/12 Knight Rider action figure set that will include Michael Knight and Kit. All right. This card does pretty much everything but ride off. All right. I'm surprised it doesn't have a remote control feature, but it does pretty much everything else, folks. It has light up functions. It has moving doors. The wheels move. It can also convert into the super turbo boost mode that it had later in the seasons. So it has voice functions. So it has the license plate switches from one thing to another. I mean, there are just so many features. It talks. Back in the day as a kid, Friday nights meant a few things. One, the end of a school week. The other, I might get Burger King and McDonald's on a Friday. And then on top of that, Knight Rider. All right. So Knight Rider Friday nights, it was a must for me. I was in front of the screen watching it. I remember back in the day, my mom bought me the model kit from a store, and I played with that thing all day and night. And that was the only Knight Rider thing that I had as a kid was a model of the kit card that I put together. So this right here is above and beyond what I could have dreamed, of having something like this. Now, I know the prices might be a nightmare, but everything else, folks, that this car has is just unbelievable. So I'm going to read off all the features that this thing has, folks. All right, so we have 1/12 scale, transformation to super pursuit mode. That's what it was. Front wheel steering. It also has wheel suspension, realistic interior, light up display console with talking kit. Okay, lenticular monitor screen, light up headlights, fog lights, and brake lights, opening and closing headlights, remote control start, lights, and sound activation, rotating license plate, includes Michael Knight figure, ABS constructions, and requires 3 AA batteries as well as 2 AAA batteries for remote. All right, so this thing has it all. As I mentioned before, this is a dream come true. I'm just waiting on that price, y'all, because this thing does a lot. Okay, so I'll just prepare yourself for that price. That's what I'm preparing myself for, y'all. It's said that this Knight Rider set will go up for pre-order at Comic-Con, and it will be on display, of course, at Comic-Con as well. So stay tuned for more on this. My action figure collection will not be complete without this thing here, folks. So I need this kit car. All right, folks. Up next, I have the power. Oh, you have the power. Oh, we got the power. Because this Mondo 1/12 scale He-Man has me losing my mind. I cannot wait to get this thing in hand, folks. Yes, it's Mondo. And yes, this thing is pricey. again. I was talking to my boy Red Cheney. We were talking about this thing, and man, we were talking about this, how much space these figures take up and everything. But I told him, and I'm telling you, man, this thing is a must for me, because this He-Man is basically everything that I want in a Mondo figure if I was going to go in on a Mondo figure. I have one Mondo, and that is the Batman animated series, and I love it. Everybody said it's 3-in-1. I say it's 4-in-1. I say 4 because you can basically have this He-Man as 4 different versions. One, you have your standard He-Man, okay? And he looks phenomenal. And the soft good materials, I feel like there's a metallic or metal weapons that's utilized with this He-Man as well. Then you have the laser action He-Man. Then you have King Grayskull. Then you have Flying Fist He-Man. And all look phenomenal. Like, I know for me, what I look forward to doing is switching up his look every other week on my shelf, because I really would like to. My goal is to get certain Mondo figures. You know, I want a Mondo He-Man, and I want a Lion-O. I do have Batman, so I just want the pantheons of 80s or 90s cartoon heroes. I might get a Wolverine, but Lion-O and He-Man is a must for me. This thing has it all, folks. And I was never big on the laser action He-Man figure, but this one here has light up functions for the chest. It has a little backpack. You switch on the light up functions, and you have a light up laser sword action He-Man figure. The sword lights up as well. And again, each and every look is distinct, and each and every look brings you something different to the table, and they all look great, man. King Grayskull as well. So, I mean, they were able to pull this off. Now, I know, like, the belt and the gauntlets are not the same color as you would have with your normal He-Man figures. It's red instead of the orange. But I'm all right with that, man, because I get it. It still works. The red still works for that He-Man. I don't want to go on too long because we got a lot to cover, but I just wanted to share my excitement for this He-Man. It is up for pre-order on Mondo's website. Again, this thing comes with tons and tons and tons of accessories and attachments for your He-Man. It just gives you different options, and I love that, folks. So now this thing, it carries a hefty price tag, y'all. It's $285. So yeah, the Mondo don't play, y'all. So we got that Mondo. All right, so let's get on to the next, folks. We're gonna talk McFarlane toys, because McFarlane has been very busy, y'all. He has been on fire. I remember when people were like, McFarlane is so quiet, and he's not putting out nothing. Yet again, he has given us just a dumpster truck of releases, man. So we're gonna start off with the most recent pre-orders that went down on 4/23. First up, we have Bronze Tiger. Then we have OMAC and Eclipso. Please note that the OMAC figure, as well as Eclipso, is already hitting stores. They are a part of this huge Supergirl shipper that's hitting Walmarts that I still cannot find to this day. I'm hoping that I can find it this weekend, but it hasn't hit my Walmarts. But the Supergirl shipper, of course, has all of the movie merchandise with the 3 versions of Supergirl. Walmart is receiving those Supergirl shippers, folks. So OMAC, Bronze Tiger, and Eclipso went up for pre-order on 4/23. I was able to pre-order those guys off Bit Back Toy Store, so they are available at various online outlets. Aztec and Saturn Girl went up for pre-order yet on GameStop's website. I was able to catch Aztec, but if I can find them at Walmart, then I can't get them from Walmart because I want this Aztec figure. Bronze Tiger is just, all these deep cuts are right up my alley. You know, Bronze Tiger, OMAC, Eclipso, I'm loving this, folks. And Saturn Girl, if you're still trying to collect the Legion of figures, I know they did Saturn Boy, so if you're into that, that'll be great as well. I passed on Saturn Girl, but I do get it. The only reason why I did not get Saturn Girl is because I passed on Saturn Boy, and I don't think McFarlane has enough time to give us the complete Legion character, so I don't want to start a team that I really can't finish. Then up next, I want to reiterate the whole Walmart shipper that's hitting stores. Again, it does have Aztec, it does have Eclipso. We have OMAC, Saturn Girl, there's Lobo, plus his bike. And then there's the 3 different versions of Supergirl. There's the Walmart exclusive Supergirl figure that has the trench coat and the dog and everything. Then you have your standard Supergirl figure. Then you have your deluxe theatrical version of Supergirl. So you got various Supergirls to choose from, man, from this line. And then you have the movie villain, which is Krim of the Yellow Hills. He is in that shipper as well, along with the CW version of Supergirl. All right, so folks, we got Walmart shippers with Supergirl, as well as other figures that are hitting stores now. GameStop has got all types of pre-orders, and then we also have pre-orders dropping at various online outlets. So McFarlane is all over the place, folks. And then back on 4/21, we had 3 more pre-orders that went down in the Power of Shazam, Starman, as well as Reeve. I missed out on all of those folks, but they will be dropping soon as well in stores, if not already. Then we have the Red Platinums, which, you know, we all love these things because we can never find them, right? With Gangbuster, who is yet another favorite of mine, as well as Black Condor. Now, the interesting thing about these figures is you're not able to pre-order them. It just says find a store. So these figures were just going to be dropping in the stores at any time now, folks. So check your GameStop if you want these. Maybe call your GameStop to see if they're available. But they're going to be a part of the shipments of figures that they do have coming in. So you can't pre-order these things. They're just going to be available at your GameStops, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But I don't understand why we could not pre-order these things. The word is that these figures have already dropped in many Targets as well. So these figures are all over the place, folks. McFarlane has pre-orders for figures going on, but they're already hitting stores. You know, it's just chaos when you talk about these McFarlane releases. So we have Gangbuster, Black Condor, and then back on April 15th, I don't know what was going on with GameStop's website, but we had Bloodwind and Miss Martian that was supposed to go for pre-order, but for some reason the website was not acting right, and you couldn't get to the page, and then ultimately it was like sold out. So maybe, hopefully, somebody got them. Hopefully, I'll just be able to find this in GameStop. Man, I hope everybody has luck finding these figures that missed out on them because the website was just not acting right. But a huge shout out to Joshua, man. I know you got my back, man, and because I definitely want this Bloodwind. But these figures did go for pre-order on the 15th. So hopefully somebody was able to pre-order these figures when the website got back to acting like it needed to. All right, we're going to pivot back to Masters of the Universe. I'm so excited for that film, folks. They just released yet another trailer. I don't need to see anything else. I'm all in. I just cannot wait for this Masters of the Universe film, man. I can't wait. But we have the actual movie figures that will be hitting stores. All right. I've seen videos, clips, or whatever of people actually already finding them at their Walmarts. I'm pretty sure it's on the West Coast. But we do have He-Man, Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, and Trapjaw, which will be hitting stores. I think I'm going to hold off on getting these figures, though at the same time, I'm tempted to get Skeletor, and I want to get Trapjaw, because the paint and the detail on those figures look incredible. And with me being such a huge Idris Elba fan, I'm tempted to get that Man-at-Arms. I'm tempted to just maybe just get that Man-at-Arms, man, because I know he's going to just crush that role. I mean, from what I've seen in the trailer, he's going to be an awesome Man-at-Arms, and I just love his work overall as an actor and everything. So I might do that. I might get that Battle Cat as time goes on, because I could use another Battle Cat. So I'm already talking myself into getting these figures already, folks. You see that? You see how that works? All right, so we got the He-Man figures. And there's also a King Grayskull Mattel Creations exclusive figure that's a part of this whole Masters of the Universe Chronicles wave of figures that we have that has been up for pre-order on the Mattel Creations website. All right. This is yet another figure that I'm looking to get, because I really want to see how these Chronicle figures, you know, how they measure up to the Masterverse figures, you know, because we're going from Masterverse to Chronicles. So I really want to see in hand how these figures work, how they feel, how they measure up to the Masterverse figure. So I haven't gotten the King Grayskull figure yet, but I'm looking to get him. He is still available for pre-order on Mattel Creations website. So I'm looking to get King Grayskull, folks, and just get a feel for the figure. All right, up next, we're gonna moonwalk ourselves over to Marvel Legends. Folks, I can't moonwalk, I can't dance with the tap. It's all in my mind, y'all. It's all in my mind. All right, but we gonna go to Marvel Legends. All right, they had a recent fan stream. First up, we're gonna talk about a new 2-pack that's dropped recently, based off the new Daredevil Born Again series, which I love. The last episode, hands down, was the best of the series thus far. I mean, come on, man. Jessica Jones and Daredevil, man, it was so good, folks. So, yeah, I just gave it away. So we do have a Daredevil Jessica Jones 2-pack that went up for pre-order the night after the episode, which was very smart. I definitely pre-ordered this. Look forward to seeing the rest of the Defenders. I don't know if we'll get everybody this season, but I know next season we're gonna get everybody. My boy Luke Cage, Mike Coulter, he spoiled the surprise by posting the image on social media of everybody together. But it is what it is, man. Look forward to seeing everybody back. That's gonna be exciting. But Jessica Jones was awesome in the last episode of Daredevil Born Again. If you haven't seen it, you definitely need to check it out. And it just made getting this 2-pack that much more sweeter for me. So I believe it's still available on Big Bad Toy Store. That's why I pre-ordered mine. Pretty sure it's also available at Entertainment Earth, Amazon, I believe. But definitely check Big Bad Toy Store. That's why I pre-ordered mine, folks. All right, up next, we're going to talk Marvel Legends fan stream, which went down on 4/15. They showcased the newest Build-A-Figure wave. This wave includes 1,000 figures. I swear, man, Marvel Legends, I just feel like they always have way too many figures. The wave includes a version of U.S. Agent. Then we have Lady Deadpool, a version of Psylocke. Then we have another Ghost Rider figure, which is the Robbie Reyes figure. And I feel like this is the Robbie Reyes that was a part of that Engines of Vengeance campaign that didn't fund. That's what this is, folks. So they found a way to put this guy back in there. So we got Ghost Rider. Then we have Ultimate Wolverine, which looks really weird. And then we have the Dark Hawkeye from the Dark Avengers. And then we have Marvel's Marina. I have zero interest in any of these figures, folks. I mean, if you do, more power to you. I mean, it's to each is their own. But I like Psylocke, but I just don't care for this version. I don't need this Ghost Rider. Hawkeye looks pretty cool, but I'm cool with my Hawkeye. Marina looks all right as well. U.S. Agent doesn't look bad either. I'm cool with the U.S. Agent that I have. So definitely a pass on that. Now, what's not a pass for me is this Marvel Rivals wave of figures, folks. I'm telling you, man, like, okay, so I can't get into the game. I just could not get into this Marvel Rivals game. I've tried. Maybe I'll try again one more time. Just how the game is angled and the screens are just way too busy with the different options. It's just not my cup of tea. I get why people love it. The designs for the characters and everything is just next level. I just love it. And I think all the designs that went into the game really carried over well into these action figures, man, because they look great. All right, so we have the Punisher from Marvel Rivals, and this guy looks very bulky, chunky, animated looking Punisher figure. I love the war paint that's on his face, the expression. It definitely harkens back to how he looks on Marvel Rivals. And so this is up my alley. I definitely want this Punisher, and I most definitely want this Moon Knight. This sits down anything Marvel Legends have done with the other Moon Knights. The Moon Knights just, man, you put this next to the Moon Knights they've done, and it's just night and day, folks. This is the Moon Knight that I want. It has swappable capes for a Moon Knight figure. I think it's cloth cape. Then the other one, I believe, is more plastic. I just love it, man. The different compartments, the utility belt, the armored suit. This is what I want for a Moon Knight, y'all. So this, I've pre-ordered both. They went up for pre-order on the 22nd. because I'm all in with this whole Marvel Rivals thing for the most part. All right, then we have a Venom and Jeff the Land Shark 2-pack. Now I didn't pre-order this, man. I don't know. I want this Venom, but I don't care for Jeff the Land Shark. This 2-pack will go for pre-order on 4/29. All participating online stores will have these figures for pre-order, so just keep that in mind as well. Up next, we have Spider-Man, who I do know, but we have this Luna Snow that I don't know at all. Love the Spider-Man costume, and I think the Snow character looks great as well. I just wish we had Spider-Man by himself. I get how they're doing this because they want you to get this other character as well. I don't think this other character, the Snow character, would sell by herself, but in a 2-pack with Spider-Man, she would sell. So that's very smart and strategic on their end to add her to this 2-pack. So, Devil, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. So this 2-pack will go for pre-order on May the 13th. So mark your calendars if you want this 2-pack. All right, and the last item for the Marvel Legends fan stream will blow you away. And it is the Cyclops X97 optic visor. Now, this is something I can see many fan around the world wanting. Pretty much, I say I liken this to the Proton Pack. You know how that Proton Pack just sold out like crazy during the their HasLab event? I feel like this thing is going to really sell well. I think Cyclops is way more popular than people thought or can remember, especially with him being included into the MCU now. And I think that depending on definitely how everything works out with him in the MCU, as you know, this movie drops, you know, a year from now, his status is going to grow that much more. Man, I could see this visor becoming a really hot seller. I would definitely like to get this Cyclops visor because I am a huge Cyclops fan. Definitely got to get that Wolverine helmet as well. But this is definitely something that I would love to get a hold of. All right, folks, we're hitting the stretch run, and it's time to dance on over to G.I. Joe. That's right. G.I. Joe had a fan stream like, a few weeks ago, folks. It's these months and weeks are going by too fast for me. But we had a fan stream. All right, they had name reveals first. All right, name reveals. We have Toxo Viper, Psych Out, and we have also a Mistress Armada. These are all super deep cuts. They're really going into this whole deep cut thing, which I love. McFarlane is doing it. G.I. Joe has been doing it, and I appreciate that. And we have also a new Ninja Force 2-pack with Scarlet and another guy that I cannot name, who I cannot remember. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. But we do have a Scarlet Ninja Force 2-pack, which looks great. I will pass on this. I'm not huge on Ninja Force, but I do understand why many would like to get this 2-pack because Ninja Force is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, up next we got pre-orders that are already up, and so if you want them, go out and get them. All right. First up, we have the retro carded Grunt figure. Yet another favorite G.I. Joe figure of mine. I'm all in. I definitely want this guy, even though I have the classified version. I want the retro card version of this guy. Then up next, we have yet another one that I got to get, folks, and that is the retro carded Wild Bill. Please note that Wild Bill was included with the Dragonfly HasLab. However, this figure does look a bit different than the one from the HasLab. And for those of you who didn't get the HasLab, you get another opportunity to get a retro carded Wild Bill, which is really awesome. So even though I got the HasLab version, I definitely want to get the retro card version for this Wild Bill. So they just reel you in, folks. You know how they do. You know how they get you. And last but not least, we have the retro carded Techno Viper. This is the classified version of the Techno Viper, and I love this figure, man. There is a plastic interface that connects to his control panel here that I lost. I misplaced somewhere, and I thought that was an awesome feature as well. But yeah, man, I love this Techno Viper. Really cool figure, man. So I don't know. I don't think I need the retro card version. Definitely will pass on the retro card version, but definitely think this is an awesome release for the Techno Viper. Now, maybe, who knows, if I see it for clearance, maybe, because I like the different color scheme that they're utilizing for the weapons and everything. Very retro. So even if you get the classified version and you get the retro figure, it's completely different experience. I can tell you that because this is how I felt when I purchased the retro carded Bat, Cobra Bat. The retro carded Cobra Bat is completely different than the other one. I do have it right here. I love the color scheme for this retro carded Bat. It's a completely different experience than the one from Classified. So I do get why people would get the retro carded version of this one, even if you had this one as well. So we had 3 retro carded figures that did go for pre-order, and I believe that they're still available on Big Bad Toy Store. So definitely check that out. And up next, we have the rest of Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades with the Taurus and Red Dog 2-pack. This is a must for me. Back in the day, I got the 3-pack as a kid. And so I gotta complete the collection, man. I gotta get this 2-pack. It looks amazing. So that did go for pre-order. I pre-ordered it at Bit Bad. Some people have gotten them already. I think they purchased it from overseas. But I'm definitely looking forward to this Taurus and Red Dog 2-pack, man. I love the Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer 2-pack. Hands down, 2 of the best figures of the year for me in terms of G.I. Joe. I definitely got to complete the set, man. So I'm looking forward to Taurus and Red Dog. All right, up next we have, I guess pretty much one of the biggest reveals of the fan stream, and that is the Deathstroke and the Spoiler set. So we have Deathstroke and a flying vehicle. Definitely harkens back to what we had back in the day, but this thing has all types of spinning wheels and functions and attachments, decked out in that black and gold that really pops. I definitely got to get his minions, his soldiers, the Iron Renegades. I gotta get that to add to the spoiler. This thing is a bit pricey, y'all. It's like $109. I checked on Bit Bad. I believe it's $109. But this vehicle has some size to it. And again, it has various attachments and everything. The Deathstroke figure looks incredible. Again, the swords, that black and gold really pops with Deathstroke. And Lenny and the crew, they put a lot of thought into these figures, man, and it really showed. Definitely looking forward to this one. Not looking forward to the price. This thing is yet another incredible G.I. Joe classified release. So we got Deathstroke and the spoiler. And then last but not least, we have the Ramp Rats 2-pack, or the Ketchup and Mustard 2-pack, which is 2 of the pit crew members who will go with your Cobra Rattler. If you did get the Cobra Rattler and you want to create this whole runway pit crew, you kind of create that whole setup with the Rattler landing and everything, you might want to get these. These are a pass for me. I don't need them. I mean, I do have the Rattler, and I have still yet, folks, to release the review. I have it done. Again, I can see why people want to get these to add to, you know, the entire setup for that vehicle as well. So, all right, folks, I have more news from good old Todd. All right, so we have the new Vault McFarlane reissues that are now available for pre-order. They went down for pre-order on the 8th of May. They are available at various online outlets such as Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. These Vault items include Wonder Woman, who was well sought after. So if you missed Wonder Woman, you can get Wonder Woman now. She's available. There is also the Dark Knight Returns Kristen Bell figure that's available as well. We have also the first edition Superman, which was a collector's edition figure, that's available. And we also have the Joker Clown, which is yet another one of those figures that people missed out on and went on to the collector's market. So that's available. And also Medieval Spawn. So if you missed out on any of these figures, they're all available on these various online outlets. So if you want them, hey man, go out and get them. All right, up next, Batman returns with yet another vehicle. That's right, we have yet another Batmobile from the Michael Keaton Batman Returns movie this time around, which is the Bat Missile vehicle. Now this one is very scene specific. It involves the scene where Keaton's Batman was trying to get through a narrow alley, and he had to shed pretty much all of the contents of his vehicles, leaving him with pretty much just torpedo missile looking Batmobile. All right, so it's very scene specific, but if something that you do want, it is still available at many of the online outlets such as Amazon. I think BitBat still has it. I believe Entertainment Earth might be sold out, but definitely check those participating outlets to see if they're still available. I believe it's like $99 for this vehicle. So we do have the Bat Missile from the Batman Returns. We have yet another 2-pack from the McFarlane DC Multiverse line involving Solomon Grundy versus Alan Scott. Now, if you missed out on both Alan Scott Green Lantern figures, collector's edition, and you also missed out on that Arkham City wave that included Solomon Grundy, then you might want to pick this up. But if you didn't, I don't know, folks. I mean, for me, this is a pass. This is basically Alan Scott Green Lantern with a cloth cape. It does include an energy sword as well as some other translucent effects. And Solomon Grundy is featured with a brand new head swap and also a tie. But that's it, folks. I mean, this is basically the Solomon Grundy that we received during the Arkham City wave. So this is a pass for me, but this is available now at various online outlets as well, folks. So if you want this 2-pack, it's still available. All right. So we have Solomon Grundy versus Alan Scott. Up next, we have yet another Image Founder Series pre-order that is going to drop on May 12th, which is Shadowhawk. All right. The first Image release was Spawn. Now we got Shadowhawk. The next one will be Savage Dragon. This is a part of that Image Founders Collection Edition of figures, which is under the umbrella of the McFarlane Elite Edition figures. So this is going to be more along the lines of those $50 to $60 figures. So Shadowhawk will go up for pre-order on May 12th. I'm definitely going to get this guy here. I never could find Spawn in my stores. I'm still looking for that Spawn figure. So fingers crossed for that. But I definitely will be pre-ordering this figure here for Shadowhawk. Up next, I have some additional Masters of the Universe news that I want to share with you all. There's a new 2000 X-Wave that has gone up for pre-order with Buzzoff, Keldor, as well as Webstore. Folks, I am all in with this line here. I pre-ordered all 3 of these figures here. I thought that cartoon was the best He-Man cartoon ever. So that wave has gone up for pre-order, folks, and it is available at various online outlets, again, like BitBat Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. So that wave is available. Again, it's Buzzoff, Keldor, as well as Webstore. Prior to that, the other wave that went up for pre-order included Orko, Tila, Merman, as well as Roboto. That wave is available as well. I pre-ordered that wave too. So, I mean, again, we got 2000X galore, folks. So, I mean, that line is still going strong, and I love it. All right. So we have 2000X. All right, folks. Up next, we got DuckTales. I mean, there's no way I could leave DuckTales out of my news. All right. So we have DuckTales is back. All right. From NECA Toys. I could just hear the theme song in my head. I used to watch that cartoon back in the day as a kid. But we have a new DuckTales wave of figures. This includes Huey, Dewey, Louie, Scrooge McDuck, Gizmo McDuck, as well as Launchpad McDuck. So this all takes me back, man. Very tempting. I don't know. For me, this is gonna be a wait and see type of thing. Because I kind of want these because I remember watching the cartoon back in the day, and I think it's just a really cool release. I think this is going to really do well. So very colorful, vibrant looking figures. You know, they definitely represent what we saw in the animated series. Overall, man, I think it's a really solid brand. And this right here is very tempting. So we'll see, folks. But this is available at various online outlets, folks. So we do have wave 1 of DuckTales. Woo! All right, folks, I got a few pieces of news that I definitely want to add before we get out of here. So one involves McFarlane Toys. Okay, so there is a rumor. I'm going to say rumor until McFarlane confirms this. This comes via Toy News International. I'll put the link in the description below. But there is a rumor, there's talk that there will be an Elite Edition 1979 Christopher Reeve Superman figure that we will be getting at the end of the year. Again, take this as rumor until McFarlane confirms this. I believe this is going to happen. It said to somehow, it seems like it's going to include soft good materials, possibly to where he can change from Clark Kent to Superman. This would be huge. This would sell out in minutes. Now, mind you, these Elite Edition figures are 50 to 60 bucks, depending on where you get them. I think Walmart has these Elite Edition figures at the $50 price point. Other places, I think like GameStop, it's going to be a little bit more around that $60 price point. But either way, man, this thing will definitely sell. But again, take this as rumor until we get confirmation from McFarlane Toys. I'm excited about this. We'll see. I'll be, keeping an eye on this as time goes on. And so stay tuned for more information on that. All right. So Christopher Reeve, 1979 Superman, to where you go from Clark Kent, Superman to Clark Kent. Be awesome if it included a phone booth. That would definitely warrant the $50 price point. Soft good materials as well. But we'll see, folks. So stay tuned. All right, so I have some Marvel Legend news that I want to cover. We have Spider-Man Brand New Day pre-orders that have gone down with Spider-Man. All right, so we got Spider-Man and we have the Incredible Hulk. They're walking back the what I call the Shrek Incredible Hulk, and now he's going to be Savage Hulk again. So they're really trying to course correct what they did to the Incredible Hulk in the MCU, which was ridiculous. I don't know, folks. I mean, the Spider-Man figure looks great. The Incredible Hulk figure, he looks pretty decent as well. The Savage Hulk figure is going to stand 8.75 inches. For a mega figure, for me, that's not that tall. I mean, when I think of mega figures, I'm thinking at least 10 to 13 inches tall. But I guess for Marvel Legends, that's a mega figure. Now, this Savage Hulk will be $46, and both figures are up for pre-order at various online outlets. You can get it at Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. So they're available everywhere, folks. So if you want these figures, they are available for pre-order right now. This is a pass for me. I'm not big on movie figures. There's certain ones that I do go in on, and there's certain ones that I don't, folks. But maybe I might get this if I see it for clearance, at some point or another, because these figures do go up for clearance. I do want to show you this, folks. I picked up this Steve Rogers Captain America figure from Target for $7.49. So this was a huge pickup for me. I did want a Steve Rogers Captain America. I do have Iron Man. I wanted Steve Rogers. So there's certain ones that I will go in on, and this is the one I wanted. So again, I'm not a big movie collector, but I will get certain figures like the Wesley Snipes Blade. This was a must for me. He looks awesome. I had to get this one. So again, there's certain ones that I will get, and there's certain ones I will just pass on. The Incredible Hulk, man, I don't know. Again, if it goes on clearance, I might pick him up, as well as the Spider-Man. But yeah, these figures are up for pre-order right now. Now, one Marvel Legend figure that I will be going in on as soon as it goes up for pre-order, and that is the Spider-Man Noir figure. Now, I know there is that trailer, that movie that's coming out with Nicolas Cage. Looks awesome. I love Spider-Man Noir, and there is apparently a Spider-Man Noir figure that will go up for pre-order on May 28th. Now, this will be an Amazon exclusive. I love the packaging. It comes in that old school Spider-Man Noir black and white aesthetic, which is so awesome. He comes with the old school grappling gun. I love the hat that he's rocking. Again, love the packaging. You halfway want to buy one to keep in package and to keep another one to open. I look forward to seeing the Nicolas Cage live action Spider-Man Noir film. I look forward to seeing that, man. But yeah, I'm all in with this figure, folks. And again, this will go for pre-order on May 28th, and it will be an Amazon exclusive. So if you want them, mark your calendars. May 28th, Spider-Man Noir. All right, folks, that's the last bit of news that I got. Now, let's wrap this thing up. Oh, yeah, I wanted to kind of show off some of the things that I have gotten recently. As you can see, I have the Wesley Snipes Marvel Legend figure. All right, I have that. So I just want to kind of show a few things. I did get the new Walmart exclusive Transformer figures with Willie and Outback. So that was a must. I do have the Cobra Lao Royal Guard figure from G.I. Joe Classified. I did get that as well. And as you can see, I do have some Silverhawks. I have some new Silverhawks here. I have Condor, all right, which I love these figures, man. And I do have Flashback on a flight stand here. I got him all suited up with his accessories. So I have Condor. These are like the latter Silverhawks who were a part of maybe the later episodes. As you can see, I also have my SH Figure Arts Michael Jackson. All right, I had to have Michael Jackson here, and I also have this is the Gong Studios Batman figure. All right, so stay tuned for his review. All right, I have that. I also have Mongo behind everybody. He is a part of that Superman 2-pack, and I got Superman here as well. All right, I have the Damian Wayne Batman here. All right, so got him. Of course, we got the Superman figure. Again, that review should be dropping anytime now. This is the Failsafe Mecha figure from McFarlane Toys. I had them in another news video that I showed them off in, but I keep them back here. And also have here the Black Canary figure, folks. I don't know what's going on with YouTube and some of my videos, but definitely check this review out, man. This figure here, definitely check it out. That's all I'm gonna say. Check it out. And I also have the new Supergirl figure. All right, so we got the new classic Supergirl. All right, got her. I do have the new G.I. Joe Classified Zap. I know this doesn't do anything for you, but I have the cover. I have the packaging, but he's out on my shelf in the living room, folks. I just don't feel like getting him right now. But I do have the new G.I. Joe Classified Figures out. But stay tuned, folks. I do have a special G.I. Joe video coming up, and you don't want to miss that. And he's going to be in it. So you want to definitely stay tuned for that. But, folks, that's all I have for this episode. Just want to share with you all some of my pickups, man. There's so much that's dropped, so much that's out. But I really am very grateful for the items that I've been able to get, man. If you've gotten this far in the video and you're still watching, I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. And again, stay tuned for more content. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell for all notifications so you get each and every one of my content pieces as it drops. And also, folks, what? You know what I'm going to say, right? Like, share, and subscribe. If you've done those things, I truly appreciate it, folks. Remember that I'm on social media with Instagram and Twitter. So if you have those outlets, be sure to give me a follow. And until next time, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. Same bad time, same bad channel, folks. Till next time. Bye for now.